Hey everybody, welcome back once more to some Wargame with Dragon. First, we're gonna build a deck. And as always, if you have a deck suggestion or request, write it in the comments, or if you feel like it, give me a little donation. I feel dirty saying that, but I'll take your hard-earned money. Either way, it's not required by any means. Either way, I should also mention this is recorded in advance as I'm gone for a week. Usually I wouldn't really mention this, but since we're presumably getting weekly Italy blogs, I can't really comment on anything but the first one we got so far. So, yeah. But by the time I'm back, I will probably make a video covering whatever info we got in the meantime. Either way, this is an armor deck, red for armor deck. If you speak German, you can guess what this is about. I think I've seen a comment about it a while ago that just said, well, build an armor deck, but solely around T-64s. I'm like, you know what? Why not? T-64 is a solid line. So is the T-80. T-80 I think is in a similar thing. T-72 as well, but T-72 is getting a lot of love already, simply because so many nations have it or have a variation of it. T-80s and T-64s are exclusive, sort with one exception, T-62s to the Soviets. T-62s the Czechs get as well, and are some of those... How close are those Chomos to T-62s, or are they like a mishmash of like T-62 and T-55 or T-54 stuff? I have no idea. I mean, they have a 150mm gun, but that could really be the only thing. Or maybe they are very close to them. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Either way, it's about T-64s. Given that we're playing armored and we have a lot of slots, I think we can definitely just kind of ignore the BV1. We might still want to use a card, but I think we just want to, use the entire catalog of T-64s, and maybe we can showcase some of them. BV, I think, is a fairly common tank. BM as well, and then every now and then you see the BV1. If you see the BV1, it's usually because it has a better, slightly, I guess, better availability than the BV. Other than that, I think it's definitely worth 10 points to get the extra IP, but also the Agona. T-64 BM you see every now and then, instead of like a T-72B or B1. T-64B you might also see instead of a T-80 ever since it got buffed with the South Africa patch. It's kind of similar, but it lacks one step range most notably, which of course kind of translates into 1 AP as well. But you have more accuracy, more base accuracy. You get the Cobra, not the Agona. T-64A you don't really see a whole lot. It's not particularly bad. It's just there's no real role for it in the Soviet deck. Because even if you wanted a tank in this price range, you'd probably go for the T-72A to get the medium optics. And since very often you run something like T-80 or T-64B, you have this kind of role already covered. There might be decks that very much would love a tank like this, but Soviets or Red 4 really isn't one of them. It's just, yeah, if you have so many choices, there's at some point there's kind of an optimal choice, especially when it comes to tanks that are so similar, right? They have very similar stat lines. It's not like there's a T-64A with this stat line, and then the T-64B suddenly has very high AP but less armor than the T-64A, right? It's very similar tank line. They have very similar characteristics. It's not like you have a Leopard 1 line and then a Chieftain line or something, which are sort of opposites of each other in a way. I think you get what I'm trying to get at here. But we're playing Red 4 because it just makes it easier. Soviets armored in 1 versus 1 just struggles because the infantry's not so great, not very versatile. You really, even if you're playing armored, you need decent infantry, arguably even more so than before. And for 1 versus 1s, you just can't rely on anyone else, right? And if it was all something like mud fight, or you could all guarantee to fight over one zone, yeah, it might be fine. But since you are forced to play wide more often than not, or depending on the map, it's just not easy at all. I think given that we don't have a ton of activation points, I will use a GPCV. Yes, the GPCV hater number 1 will use the GPCV. We might go for a fob here, actually. Infantry-wise, those P-punching posts are definitely a menace against me in the last match, but I'm not sure if I can get away with using a card of those. We need some spam infantry. Those would be Shanshi. They're the best spam infantry you can really get for mixed red. We need some good chunks. Proletary would be the way to go here. I'm not sure if I might use him in the PvP here. I think I'm gonna run a card of Conquerors. Probably the check ones because I get a 5-pointer with 2 armor. Conquerors M, of course, is really nice for the extra AP, but the availability on the base Conquerors is also so good. And again, we might need the extra AP to punch through some heavy armor? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Man pads we might go for as well. I think just for a really good all-round infantry squad, this could be good. Then again, I kind of feel like I want base proletariat. For 5 points more, I get shock squads instead. I think in this case, we already have the spam with this, so I think I can get away with this. I think I'll stick with the 5-pointer to keep those a bit cheap. And then I'm not sure if you run a man pet or weapons team, or maybe it's some more rifle infantry. I doubled, yeah. We can leave this open for now and decide later on. Anti-air. Since we don't have a super heavy, we don't need to fear something like Hornet or something like that as much. But at the same time, they can get double tapped by 26 AP. For example, a Peace Shrine. I still think I'd rather go with something like a Tor. Supported. I want some non-radar AA. Strelatin M could be a good option. I think I'll just go with the Strela here. If now the question is, do we run man pets or no? If we don't run man pets, let's run man pets and we can get away with only 4 slots. So next I want a mortar. Check mortar. And then since we do run a fob, where's the check mortar? There it is. We can definitely get some heavy artillery. Usually I'd go for a priest, but since we run a fob, I want something or an arty piece that makes good use of the fob. Because just tanks and infantry alone are not gonna make that much usage of a fob. They will still do because 80 gems are expensive, and I'm not gonna bother too much about microing them when fighting in the open. But I still want to make good use of a fob. Mista could be an option. Or the 10 HE artillery could be an option. Buratino could be an option. But the problem with the Buratino is always, what if you get like a giant map, right? But the Buratino is just fun. And you don't see it very often in 1 vs 1. So let's run the Buratino. I like the Alouette as a Rican option. Rican infantry, lead runner, probably the best choice. Run a P on PSV. I'd probably be foolish if I didn't. Let's run this for now. It's a pretty standard setup. Vehicle tab. We have no good base defense. Could run this as base defense, and honestly even as an offensive option. It's not a bad unit for that. It's not great for base defense, but it's alright. VP is the prime helo, all-around helo in for red for sure. Amazing gun as well. Air tab, we probably want to lean heavier into ASFs, but I usually am really bad with my red 4 air tab. I'd lose to 27M all the time in my first run because I'm so I wouldn't say greedy, like I'm way too aggressive with it, but I just keep using it. And I think we need a Helo Hunter for sure. We're very slow deck and we are out of activation points. We need 2 activation points. How do we get 2 of them? We'll have to die. Let's go with the L17K. We should probably run an HE bomber, but we also have the Buratino for that. Oh yeah, where's our man page? Well, 4 slot infantry tab it is, I guess. Oh, that's not nice at all. Oh well. The smart play would be to get rid of a tank card or 2, but that's not what we are about, right? It'll be fine. Alright, let's try this out, right? It's yeah. Find a ranked game and see how it goes. Oh, we got a captain. Well, sucks for somebody. Maybe I get healer rushed. Who knows? At least it's a good map to get healer rushed on. Oh, what do you mean with? Oh, maybe because of the rank. It is quite a difference. Captain is unfortunately rather low. But this is just sometimes what happens when the opponent queues for a good while. It opens up the potential elo difference that can. Well, let's play it safe. That game allows between two players. Alright, we don't want to play wide, so we want to be really defensive in Gregory and not lose a lot of stuff there. And just focus on Dimitri. Get some BVs going. I remember not too long ago, like half a year or something, from the other side playing Soviets maybe? I don't know. But starting with like T-64s and really getting a lot of work done over there. Let's take, use some BVs this time. Let's get this for the right side together with some Shanxi. Get some Conkers on the field. Of these bad boys, get a Tor, a Pram, and you can get like an L70K pretty early as well. Uh, mm-hmm. Don't really need these guys just yet. T-64 BBs should do enough. I want to get another T-64A though. Many Shanxi drive on the field? 6. Get away with only 3 of them. Need some more 4HE slingers. Nice thing about this is it has 9 RPM, right? 9 RPM 4HE, really good. Right, it's 36 HE a minute. It's the equivalent of like a 12 RPM blue 4 tank, right? Which would already be crazy good. And of course, unlike many blue 4 tanks, this has a 50 cal. Many blue 4 tanks that aren't like an Abrams only have like a what's the caliber? Is it like 308? Either way, 7.62mm MG, right? With less AG and suppression, etc., etc. Yeah, like a fun. Before they heal rush me, I used the Google Translator to heal rush you. Honestly, that would be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly maybe could have. Yeah, I could have maybe saved on those conquers. Oh well. We'll see. Maybe it was the right call, maybe it wasn't. It doesn't really matter. Only one AA piece can be a bit scary too, especially Tor. This somewhat squishy with only 1 armor. It doesn't have to be very close to the front line, but it's still only 1 armor. It's actually drive you up there to protect against healers coming from here. Although it can obviously be a bit scary with the dragged AA piece, because the healers might already be here when you're just coming across this cusp, but then you instantly get rocket potted, right? This is why having manpads would be nice, but then again, L70Ks can somewhat make up for not having manpads, depending on how you use it, right? There's some smoke here. Nimrod, holy! That's a good pickup. It's on elite as well, not in Nunnuns. Oh, I bet your ass Elazur would have gotten the kill. Oh, that's... I know what? Let's play it safe. At least I got that kill. It was pretty aggressive there. Lucky that the opponent didn't buy. Okay, careful there. Ace have to kill us there. No, no. Holy, is this just? Is this just freaking? I mean, those could no, no, no. Those have to be Maglans. 2 Maglans here, 2 Maglans there. Jesus. And well, those could be Shy Attack as well. But that's a lot of Maglans already. That's an entire card of Maglans. I want to get a Buratino. I wanna. Go. I should be able to deal with this. Entry here. It might be a dead conquers. It is a dead conquers. That is kind of funny. Oh, there's Magnans even there. Sorry, not the Magnans. Gotta be really careful with this Nimrod. It's actually in a really good position because from if I put my Tor there, it could get sniped by a tank or maybe a Maglan. Maybe we can waste its ammo. It only has 4 shots, right? Actually, no, I should turn. Those medium just keep moving forward, so. Oh, managed to break line of sight really quickly. I was just at the cusp of getting out of sight there on the Nimrod, so I was also able to lose it really quickly as well. But you can. Okay, I think this was just lucky, that one, that miss. Oh yeah, I do not get one shot by this, fortunately. Siphon. I was not expecting those Marcanas to move forward. Sorry. This is where you never want to be against outloaded tanks. Are there still Robite left? I can't even finish aiming at me, just look at this. This is so dirty. I mean, it's not really dirty, right? It's just a strategy, right? You don't really need an outloaded tank for this, I guess. The problem is just that when you're not outloaded, then panic hurts you even more. The biggest deal with the panic is really the aim time, right? You saw how it could move in there, shoot, and move out, and they couldn't even shoot back, right? The accuracy at this point penalty for this specific scenario doesn't matter because range scaling, the blue 4 tanks, they probably would have hit either way. But it's just the aim time. You can do it against all other tanks as well. But the fire actually does a decent amount of damage against me. Wow. Fire obviously my tank's a number. Like that there's no Zephyr sneaking around or something. It does feel good though to make if the Buratino works. It's just this few things as beautiful as that. At the Magline. Magline would have reloaded by now. Maybe it's the Shite Head, maybe something else in there. There's still Magline in there. Let's keep those 4HE slingers. Especially against Israel, it has relatively bad infantry-based AT. The T-64s would be really great against their like Rovite spam. Those Maglines. You know what, maybe I can just shoot them with the 4HE power. Haha. Now if you can be in a position like this where, you know, your tanks are in mid and there's no opponent tanks and you can really actually deal with those Maglines relatively well. But that's just not always the case, right? And these are the situations where, if you're the user of the Maglines, you might think, what the hell, they're actually pretty bad? Let's just do it with every unit, right? Almost every unit. I do feel bad for my opponent though, because not trying to be rude or anything, you do notice the rank difference. These guys weren't even in cover. Now this is gonna hurt though. This is where you notice the overconfidence is in this case fast and what is the opposite of insidious? Killer. Yeah, like they're just obviously, you know, again, not trying to sound like a dick, right? It's just a less experienced player. It's just how it is, right? Or they just don't care enough, or both, or, you know, whatever. But you know, this just they're not noticing some stuff like those Maglins sitting out there in the open for a good while now, right? It's just stuff that from higher ranked players you just don't see as much. And again, I'm not trying to like insult anyone or something, right? That's a bass. I obviously I do not like these pub stomps. When they're such ranked, it's just out of my hand to an extent. Not fully. There are things I can do against it, and that I do against it, right? Which is not searching for, you know, longer than 3 minutes at a time to lower the chances of getting queued up against somebody with low rank. But of course, if the opponent, or if, in this case, you know, this player whose name I can't pronounce, searches for 5, 6, 7 minutes without getting an opponent, and I queue up, then as a result of the algorithm allowing a bigger elo difference, I can still very much get queued up there. It's the unfortunate reality. Gotta be really careful there. Gotta be careful with those T-64s because there's Nimrod here. Yeah, I hope that there's no optics inside that will spot the two unwanted fires, because the Tor will fire, and if it gets spotted, it's gonna die to the Nimrod. That's not gonna get spotted. Either that or the Nimrod is empty. Back home to get resupplied. Let's do some. Wait, we're not knowing it's unspec. I was just checking if maybe this is armored or something, but no. Not with maglans. This is just unspec. Of course, with BBs or something, you will, like, okay, interesting. You will waste a lot of these missiles, right? But I just think you just gotta stop caring about that, right? Because I think if you waste too much of your brain power, too much of your micro to make sure, oh, I don't want to waste any of these Agonas, right? You're just gonna miss opportunities where those might have just killed something really good, right? Of course, if you have only one or two of those tanks, probably a different story, right? If you feel like one T-80UM or something. But as soon as you have like more than 3 or something, right? It's ooh, that's a bigger ATGM though. It's not a Maglan. Like a Mapats or something? Or maybe it is a Spike. Nah. Spike? Yes? Spikes are usually like a tiny. Alright, that thing's still alive. I completely forgot about that thing. It's a panic though. The smoke saved me. I'm a god. Agivati killed that, alright. Oh no, I dare not. I dare not. It's not like it's not as I'm not gonna turn him on. So you might argue, oh, it's BM to turn him off. I just okay. I don't think I would have killed it. He was moving it away. I would have had to get over the ridge. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, if you say, but Razzmann, if you send it to his, why did you send it to his base? Well, it's because I didn't expect to get that far. Alright, I was kind of hoping that 64 BBs would get into a better spot. Oh, hello. That's just really awkward. Pushing down here in its force is always so awkward. Here's what we'll do. We get another mortar. Reroute those tanks. Get more of them. Another recon squad. Get a CV as well. Just turning off. I only want you for, mainly want you for optics, really. Jeez, regroup you, split you up, then move over there to repairs. So shaken. In case you're not aware, the higher your veterancy, the faster you recover from it as well. Actually quite a big deal for some units. Like when you're playing armored, not being stunned or like being able to recover much faster from enemy MRS and such. Very important. Very, very important. And also just being more accurate. My Buratino isn't there anymore, but good attempt. Should move up this mortar. I think this might already be good enough. Move down. They're not going to do too much against our front armor. They will be like 2.5 damage or something, but only if they're actually in range and if they hit. Keep the smoke up. I wanna push there and I don't wanna get sideshot by those spikes. Because we know there's some, I think, blazers out there. We spotted some blazers earlier, so I think that's what's there. I wanna deal with those before I push up too far with my Liren there. Hot shot at the same target. That's a pet end, that's a fucking Apache with Hellfires. Doubling up here. Did I lose this T-64A? I did. Oh no, that's mean. Let's space it there. Oh, I gotta be careful. Oh, I get outranged by the P10. Oh, you missed. It's unfortunate. Oh, no, there's a Macbeth here. Oh, I got lucky. Both of them hit. But that's a heavier tank. Yeah, I was gonna say a Bass. It has to be a Bass or a 3B. Because those are the only 120mm guns they have. And that was the sound of a 120mm gun. Yeah, I can't deal with those. I need to be really close if I want to kill the Bass with T-64Bs. This won't work. Rotino is unfortunately one per card, so I can't just get a second one to push in there. You know what? I could try to really force a close quarter engagement with some smoke here. Let's really split those up. And let's get them really close. I'm gonna get not one shot except for this one. Let's send this one in later. Lasers. What happened with the Baz over here? We didn't kill. It's hard to check. I heard some ATGMs firing there at some point, but I don't think we killed it. Probably just lost line of sight. Laser is actually really bad for us right now. Because they might force. There it is. There you go. This is why, you know, smoke. That's the thing with supers, right? Sometimes, if in a situation like this, your opponent uses defensive smoke, and you have tanks like this, you can also turn their defensive smoke into your offensive smoke and use it like this, right? It's of course always easier said than done, right? And it's of course always situationally dependent. But yeah, smoke is an incredibly powerful and, depending on the situation, just straight up overpowered tool. But it's a very proactive tool. And in a sense interactive tool, right? Because you create it. It's just not there. The game just doesn't give it to you. You have to use it, and you have to decide where to go with it, where to put it, etc., etc. To consider that it eventually wears off, you have to consider that it can be used against you. It can be very can create very interesting situations sometimes. Oh boy, here we go again. That piece of shit. Only lost one, unfortunately. But it was the Tor firing. I was like, what was the missile sound? You're a bit deep there, aren't you? That's a Machbet firing at us. Let's give it some fuel. Opponent still doesn't want to give up, huh? We still haven't bought all of our T-64s yet. Get some BMs, huh? Although for 20 points more, right? Get 1 armor, you get 2 AP. Got a better ATGM. I guess it's not that big of a deal, actually. Some side armor, some rear armor. The rear armor is relevant. Side armor actually kind of matters, especially in this matchup. 7 side armor does get one shot by 21 AP heat, which Maglans, Spikes, and, well, as a result, Dorbans have, right? It's by no means irrelevant. And of course, it helps in general against any AP weaponry, of course, that doesn't one-shot it. Be it a tank or something else. Good angle there. This is my guy. Okay. I think for now I'm safe-ish actually, because infantry needs a good while to get to us. But I shouldn't be too greedy with the CV. It's an ATGM. Not my Buratino, please. Thank you. Is that the Kerners? Oh, you up at the Kerners! When I said the Kerners, I meant the seed Kerners. You up at the Kerners, you fool? Oh, the supply is empty, huh? Oh yeah, I was fast moving you up there, huh? That's just stupid. By me? Oh, careful, there's a Machbet there. Where's the... Did I kill it with one of your ATGMs? I remember hearing an ATGM being fired a while ago from there. So I wonder if I got like a rear or side shot into that ass. There's the Dorbans. Thanks for those Shanchi for spotting them. Well, it doesn't have to be there anymore.
Какие будут приказания, сэр?
Yeah, yeah. When that's 60.99, that's like barely 200, just under 200 over the where you started, right? So they're closer to the starting rank, which is 1500, than which is 2000, right? It's unfortunate. But then you go up against like a lieutenant on Battlefield that I had recently, right? Which was actually a pretty tough match. And lieutenant is lower than colonel. Sorry, captain. I feel like major, which is the rank after captain, to me has always been like the rank where you can really. It doesn't mean, of course, it goes for every player, right? But where I'd be like, all right, if you're major, you have a pretty solid understanding of the game mechanics. Okay, if you're a major and you played ranked at a regular to a regular extent, then you have a pretty good understanding of the game and the game mechanics and how you use them. But that is just my very rough estimation, right? That again doesn't go for everyone. Not everyone plays rank. There's plenty of unranked players who are very, very good at the game, right? So don't take this as oh my god. Oh yeah, that was this. Don't take this as me. Oh god, insulting lower ranked players or anything like that. At the end of the day, as long as you have fun, it doesn't really matter what rank you are, how good you are, right? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate stomp. But I don't know, maybe some of you enjoy these stomps. I mean, it's just different, right? If I stomp and I know it's like a brigadier or something, it feels different than if I stomp a captain. But at the same time, these brigadier stomps don't really happen. They only happen against me. Only I get stomped at that level. Either way. Hope you still enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.